Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Go Bhagavata. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Janavala Girivaradhari Gopi Janavala Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Chiravanachari Yamuna Chiravanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Rama Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Gaur Hari Bol. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Gaur Hari Bol. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama Jayo Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Shri Radhe. Jaya Gauranitai 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Jagannath Jaya Jagannath Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadra. Jaya Prabhupada 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 Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jai Prabhupada Prabhupada Jai Jai Prabhupada. Jai Gaur Premanandi. Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Mai ki jai, Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai, Srila Prabhupada Patita Pavana ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanandi. Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, good morning, dear devotees. I'm sorry for being a little late, or not little late, but unfortunately, in this world we cannot trust anyone, including Google. Somehow Google thinks that the temple is in another place. So Rickshawala also doesn't know. Anyways, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narotamam Devim Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayamudhirayet Nashta Prayeshva Badrishu Nityam Bhagavatas Bhagavatyutama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki Yam Pravrajantam Anupetam Apeta Krityam Dvaipayana Virahakatara Ajuhava Putrechi Tanmayatayotaravo Vinedustam Sarvabhuta Hridayam Munimanatosmi Janmadyasya yatonvayadi taratascharthesha vigyasvarat Tene Brahma Hridaya Adikavaye Muhyanti Yatsurayaha Tejo Varimridam Yadha Vinimayo Yatra Trisargom Risha Dhamna Svena Sada Nirasta Kuhakam Satyam Param Dhimahi Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamine Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashchatyade Shatarine Agyanati Mirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamakyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So today
Hare Krishna. I'll just give a short introduction of His Grace Vrajarenu Prabhu. Prabhuji is currently serving in Lithuania. He joined Iskcon in 1997 at the age of 15 and then further continued his services. Since 2003, he is assisting His Holiness Bhakti Vijnan Goswami Maharaj as a secretary. And later, since 2009 onwards, he has rendered services in different levels in the management as a co-temple president, vice president in Moscow temple, and also the regional secretary in the northern Russian parts. And since 2017, he is based in Lithuania, which is a small country, but many vibrant temple is there and many centers are there, and a lot of preaching is happening, Prabhuji was sharing. And I requested him, Prabhuji can share something about the preaching happening in Lithuania and Russia, and he can inspire us also. And since then, he teaches Bhakti Shastri and his main service is preaching. He spends his 6 months in Govardhan and 6 months in Lithuania. And currently he is studying Sanskrit for his services here at Bangalore. So we are very fortunate to have his association. Let us welcome His Grace Vrajarenu Prabhu to ICC by chanting Hare Krishna mantra once. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna. Also, just to acknowledge, Prabhuji was on time, but the Google Map took him to some other location, and because of which it became little late. So, Hare Krishna.
Yes, Hare Krishna. So, dear devotees, we have gathered here at the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada and the lotus feet of Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra. And every one of us has a specific reason and specific purpose why we're here. It's not easy. It's not easy to be in a proper consciousness, to be a devotee in the modern world. In the world, I mean, anytime in the world, it's not easy because this world is not created for the liberated souls. This world is created for otherwise, for those who are desirous, who desire not to be with Krishna, not to be Krishna conscious. So therefore, this world is constructed in such a way that we forget about Krishna everywhere. And forgetfulness of Krishna means that we forget about the goal of our life. There are so many things that we're doing, but why we're doing that? That question is coming to our mind sometimes, but we don't know the answer. And this is why we become gloomy, we became sad and dissatisfied. And actually nobody is satisfied in this world because nobody knows whether he gains something or not. You may be going somewhere, but you don't know whether you come closer to your destination or not. So people work like anything, like cats and dogs, as Prabhupada says, in this world, trying to get somewhere. Like in one very famous story about the Alice in the Wonder World. She was asking the Cheshire cat of which way I should go. And he said, well, that depends on where you want to get, ultimately. She says, I don't mind going anywhere. Then you can take any road. Then you can go anywhere. This is called philosophy. This is the maximum what people are capable of in this world. Those people are called philosophers, munis sometimes, and they say yatamata tatapat. Wherever you go, you will get somewhere. But you don't get anywhere ultimately. The only destination everybody gets to is what? Mrityu sarva harashcham. Krishna says, maranam. Mrityu. Unfortunately, this is the ultimate destination. So therefore, it's so sad, the whole situation in this world. So sad. Sometimes there are wars, sometimes there is prosperity, sometimes there is luxury even. But even amongst people who are luxurious, amongst the people who are very rich, still the same sufferings are there. So nobody actually understands where we are going. This is the problem. So when we come here, we should first of all think, what is the problem I'm solving right now? When I'm doing something, what is the problem that I'm dealing with right now? Because otherwise we may become ritualists. Okay, let's go to the temple, I will bow down, I will chant, I will sit, sleep, maybe sometimes, take a nap at least. At Bhagavata, you know, it's a very good place to take a nap, especially after you hear this mystical mantra. You know, the mantra for falling asleep. Om Namo Bhagavate. And there's another mantra for waking up, you know, yeah? That wakes up everyone. So I may be doing like that. That's not bad. That's okay. Okay, wow, that's a good place. So people are so nice here. So why don't I spend my Sunday morning there amongst good people? That's a good thing to do, definitely. But so therefore, usually there are two types of devotees who are coming to the Sunday program. One are those who it's just a good place to be. And that's very good. It's just a good place to be. And the other portion of devotees or people are those who think that, yeah, it's a good place to be, but why I'm going there? Why I am there in that very good place? And so this type of thinking reveals a practicing devotee. Because usually we think that either I'm a devotee or I'm not a devotee, right? Sometimes we think, oh, I have become a devotee. See, now I'm a devotee. What devotee means? Man mana bhavamat bhakto. You think about Krishna with love. And this is called devotee. So, and therefore sometimes we think, oh, I'm not a devotee. So we'll go take tea and garlic and whatever. I can do anything because I'm not a devotee. But a serious person, one who comes here, I'm sure all of you are like that, because it's not easy to find time to come here, because this is Sunday morning. You better be sleeping in your bed after hard-working week. So, or you go with your children somewhere to some shopping mall or whatever, recreation center. So many important places are there, huh, in this world. Or outside the city, where do you usually go? Where do people usually go? Okay, you can go to Tirupati, take darshan, or to Udupi, take darshan. So there are so many places to go, even spiritual places to go, even like pilgrimage places. Okay, we have weekend, why don't we go somewhere? But it may be there, that's okay. But where is my life actually? So those who understand that actually my life is my responsibility, that actually I'm living my life, and I have to do it. I have to live my life consciously and conscientiously simultaneously. Consciously means that in full consciousness, and conscientiously means that I'm doing it because I know that I'm living properly, that I'm doing I have to do what I'm supposed to do. And in order to be like that, I have to work with my consciousness. So this is why we're coming to the temple actually. Every day, not only on Sundays, Nityam Bhagavata Seva, that every day I'm coming to Bhagavatam class, or I'm listening to Prabhupada's lectures, I'm listening to Guru's lectures, or I'm reading Bhagavatam carefully, attentively, every day. Why? Because I want to fix my consciousness. Because my consciousness is always disturbed and always becomes unaligned, or how you call it, it becomes flickering, and it's not up to the point. I always forget what I'm living for. I'm always thinking that, okay, I'm living to, in order my life, the goal of my life is to survive till lunch. I'm like, okay, I have survived. Now, what's the next? Supper. Okay. Then breakfast. Okay, japa. Yeah, that's natural for people. So the material nature makes us always forget about the goal. This is her quality. Avaranatmika Shakti. Avaranatmika means that, like when you come to the theater, cinema, of course you don't go to cinemas, but I just heard recently Prabhupada's lecture. He was saying that once he was explaining the cultural details of the Vedic and Vaishnava culture. He was saying that every man should see every other woman except for his wife as a mother. Yeah, and he said actually this is very natural. And he says, once I went to cinema with my son. Prabhupada says, we went to cinema, and when my son saw any lady on the screen, he would scream, "Oh, Mama, Mai, another mother, another mother." Prabhupada says. And Prabhupada says that this is very natural, that a child always considers any woman as a mother. I remember I had several aunties, and all of them were like mothers for me, like three aunties. This mother, that mother, so many mothers. So this is very natural, Prabhupada says. And of course, you don't go to cinema, but if by some mystical arrangement you come to the cinema, you will see two things happening there. One thing is that Avaranatmika Shakti means that the lights off. It's dark completely. And then Prakshapatmika Shakti means that a certain, like a light comes from a certain direction, from a certain point, and goes onto the screen, and it shows you something. That's also light. So this is the same energy. Darkness and light, actually the same energy. These are called Avaranatmika and Prakshapatmika Shakti. Avaranatmika means covers you with this ignorance. Oh, you don't see anything. Oh, there is nothing there. God is not there. There is no highest ultimate goal of life. Nothing is there. And then Prakshapatmika means that this is the goal of life. Oh, and I believe that, yeah, this is what's happening. See, my body is moving. This is real. See, the time is going, tick tock, and it's like 1, 2, 3 seconds. It's moving. This world is called Jagat. Jagat means one which is moving all the time. Jagatyam Jagat. Tena tyaktena bunjadha magridha kasya svidhana. Upanishad says that it's always moving. And so all this movement, like on the screen, actually we know that on the screen in the cinema, there is nothing happening. It's just the light. And the film is changing one after another, one after another. It's nothing is actually moving on the screen, right? In the same way we think, oh, so many things are happening in my life. But no, an intelligent person is always thinking what is actually happening. So this is why we're coming to the temple. And we should remind ourselves about that there is a truth. Janma Dyasya Iton Vayat Satyam Param Dhimahi. We're coming to the temple and we're doing our sadhana in order to understand the Satyam Param. And Satyam Param is not just some distant notion. It's somewhere there. It's not something somewhere. It's something that has to do with me. Satyam means that I am connected, eternally connected to some highest truth, some beautiful reality, some wonderful reality. And I'm part of that, actually. I am part of this beautiful of Goloka Vrindavan. There is nothing else, actually. This is why when we come also to the temple, it's not that we're greeting the deities. It's that the deities are greeting us, yeah. It's a greeting of the deities. It means that the deities are saying, hello, how are you today? Oh, you've come. I'm so happy to see you. And we're singing also. We're singing the Chintamani Prakarasadmasu Kalpavriksha and all this. We're singing about the spiritual world because we're trying to understand that this is my goal. This is where I'm going. And this is why, and we are trying to take this goal into our intelligence. This is another thing. Next step. Okay, we see the goal, but this goal should be in our intelligence. And this is called Shastriya Shraddha. Shastriya Shraddha means that I believe in something, in the goal which is given to me by the Shastra. And that Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, commenting on the famous verse from what's that? From Bhagavad Gita, Bahunam no, not Bahunam, Bahushakakya. How? Vyavasayatmika Buddhi, Ikeha Kurunandana, Bahushakakya Nantascha Buddhayo Vyavasayana. Krishna says that those who are intelligent, their mind is, how we call it in English, one-pointed. Huh? One-pointed, yeah. One-pointed. Vyavasayatmika Buddhi. This is what is called practicing devotee. Vyavasayatmika Buddhi. Yeah, so many things are happening. Family life, job, health, hobby, whatever. So many things, they are there. It's not that whether you should do it or not. It's already there. Your family is there. Your country is there. Your health, your body, it's already there. So, but intelligence means that among all those things which are happening like a whirlpool in this world, still you concentrate your consciousness on something which is the ultimate goal. This is called Vyavasayatmika Buddhi. And this is how actually what we're trying to do here. And then Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, commenting on this verse, he says, what does it practically mean? Who knows the answer? What does it practically mean that my mind is one-pointed? My mind is concentrated on spiritual practice. Practically, what does it mean? Who can tell? Focused activity. Yeah, very good. Something else? Huh? Yeah, that's the result. But practically, what it means that I want to concentrate my mind. How do I do it practically? Yes, I dovetail all my activities towards Krishna consciousness. Practically, how do I do it? Huh? By practice, yeah. Absorption, practice, and correct. Yes. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that Vyavasayatmika, actually this is a very famous commentary by Vishwanath Chakravarti. Srila Prabhupada says that when he read that purport, his life changed 180 degrees. Who remembers the purport? Prabhupada, yes. Yes, exactly. The words of the spiritual master become my life and soul. This is what Vishwanath Chakravarti says. This is called intelligence. Intelligence doesn't mean you get PhD or delete or whatever. Intelligence means that you listen to your spiritual master and you try to absorb what he is saying and you're trying to apply it in your life. This is it. This is called intelligence. Chatur. What's that verse? Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that. What's that verse? Krishna ye bhaje se bara chatur. Yes. Krishna bhajase barachatu. One who serves Krishna, that guy is intelligent. This is an intelligent person. So intelligence doesn't mean intellect. It doesn't mean IQ. It means my ability to hear my spiritual master and to dovetail everything according to his instructions. Yeah, exactly. So this is why we're studying Bhagavata. This is why we're coming to the temple. Prabhupada gave us beautiful practice. It also, you just chant on your own, chant together with devotees, take prasad, yeah, don't forget about it, and also come to Bhagavatam and hear about Nityam Bhagavata Seva, and then everything will change, because when we hear from the spiritual master, self-realized soul, a person who knows what he is saying, he lives what he is saying. Everybody knows that, yeah. When somebody lives what he is saying, then he can say, and you immediately can understand. Yeah, that's true. This is how it's happening. So when we do what our spiritual master tells us to do, Srila Prabhupada tells us what to do, then our life changes. Then it starts changing. And then we gradually, we start coming closer to the ultimate goal, to the Supreme Lord, to Krishna. This is where we're coming. And I wanted to read, I don't know what to do because it's quite late, but devotees wanted me to say something about preaching in other places. But still, I wanted to read this verse because this is a beautiful, 22, yes, the verse 22, because this is a beautiful verse where Goddess Rama, Goddess Lakshmi is describing the situation in the material world. And she's telling us how to change this consciousness. Shall we read it, or I just read? Huh? We can recite. Let's recite the verse. We will read the word for word first. Mat praptaye, to obtain my mercy. Aja, Lord Brahma. Isha, Lord Shiva. Sura, the other demigods, headed by Indra, Chandra, and Varuna. Asura Adayaha, as well as the demons. Tapyante, they undergo. Ugram, severe. Tapaha, austerity. Aindriyedhiyaha, whose minds are absorbed in thoughts of superior sense gratification. Rite, unless. Bhavatpada parayanat, one who is wholly and solely engaged in service to the Supreme Lord's lotus feet. Yes, practicing speaking is also good. Hearing is na, not mam, me. Vindanti, they obtain. Aham, I, tvat, in you. Hridayaha, whose hearts. Yataha, therefore. Ajita, O unconquerable one. Matprapatye jisha sura suradayas. Matpraptaye jesha sura suradaya. Tapyanta ugram tapa aindriyedhiya. Tapyanta ugram tapa aindriyedhiya. Rite bhavatpada parayanannamam. Rite bhavatpada parayanannamam. Vindantyaham tvadridaya yatojita. Vindantyaham tvadridaya yatojita. So the translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, founder Acharya of Iskcon. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. So this is Goddess Rama speaks about us, basically. O Supreme, Unconquerable Lord, when they become absorbed in thoughts of material enjoyments, Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, as well as other demigods and demons, undergo severe penances and austerities to receive my benedictions. Yeah, we see so many people, including the great demigods. Everybody is actually looking for, like Prabhupada would say, everybody is after Rama, Goddess Rama's blessings, Goddess for fortune. Everybody wants fortune. Like the day before yesterday, I had a great fortune to get the darshan of Lord in Kateshwar, Balaji. And when I was standing in the queue, I had a lot of things to think about because the queue takes time. And all of you know how long it takes, especially these days. Yesterday and today, it's Brahmotsava, and there is no VIP darshans, there is no special darshans, only the general queue, which takes how long? 6-8 hours, yeah. So I was just staging the desperate. I was so many, and I was reading sometimes things written on the walls. And I saw somebody wrote, "I won't work," and somebody else wrote down there, "You will get it soon." So I was thinking, oh my God, this person, he's going to Balaji, to Krishna, and he's asking for what? For job. I want to work. He's not asking for, his blessings. He's asking for work. And somebody else told him, you will get it soon. Yeah. This is what you get if you want. So, but why? And I was thinking, why does he want work? Does he want to work actually? No, he wants to get money. And he's a pious person. He's a good person because he doesn't want to steal it. He wants to earn it properly. So he's a good person. Yeah, of course. But still he wants money. So everybody wants Rama. Everybody wants the goddess of fortune, including the demigods and Indra, Chandra, Varuna, all the others. Everyone in the material world wants the blessings of Rama, Devi. But I do not favor anyone. I do not favor anyone. Full stop. Basically, that's it. However, I do not favor anyone, however great he may be, unless he is always engaged in the service of your lotus feet. So Lakshmi Devi is there where Narayana is there. Sita Devi is there where Ramachandra is there. Nowhere else. Otherwise, she's called what? Chanchala. Yeah, you may think she's here. She's no more there. She says further, because I always keep you within my heart, I cannot favor anyone but a devotee. So this is a strange thing that she is saying, that I do not favor anyone because I'm a chaste lady, I'm a chaste wife, I'm always with you only. But then she says, but I favor you devotees. How come? They say that the chaste woman, chaste wife means one who is not only chaste to her husband, but who also respects her husband's friends, yeah? Her husband's relatives. So this is it, because this is Krishna's attitude towards his devotees. He calls them, what's that? Mamaka. Like in Jayati Tedikam Jamana Vraja. Shayata Trahi. What it says Tvayaka. Tvaita Drishyakam Dikshu Tavaka. See, this is very important. Dikshu Tavaka. Yeah. Tavaka means what? Huh? No, Tavaka means like Mamaka, Pandavaschaiva, same. Tavaka means your relatives. So the gopis say the devotees are your relatives. They're your family. This is why here Goddess Rama also says that I consider your devotees as your part of, is you, basically. And Krishna, I believe there will be a quotation somewhere here, somewhere in this chapter, Srila Prabhupada quotes verses from different shastras, and yeah, in the previous one, yeah, in the previous, exactly. No, not in the previous. Somewhere before that, Prabhupada was quoting that Krishna says that actually nobody is dear to me, not Indra, not Chandra, not Varuna, not even goddess Rama, not even myself, as dear to me as my devotees. So here, goddess Rama says that yes, actually, you devotees are very dear, and to them I give my favor because I love you. I'm your wife. I'm your devotee, first of all, and therefore I serve also. I favor your devotees. So it's interesting. See, once again, what we're doing, we're trying to set the proper goal for our life. What are we doing here in this world? Why are we living? And usually she says that people are after my favor. They want my favor, but I don't give it to anyone unless they're engaged in your service. Srila Prabhupada gives this purpose. In this verse, the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi Devi, clearly states that she doesn't bestow her favor to any materialistic person. Oh, how come? We see so many rich people. Birla, who's that? Oh, was so many people. I don't know about rich people in India. Hinduja. I remember once we visited Hindujas in London with Guru Maharaj. Oh wow, the whole like skyscraper just in front of the Trafalgar Square. Like Hare Krishna. That's the richness. Not that like, oh, I have lakh rupees, lakhpati. I'm lakhpati. That's not rich. But see, Prabhupada says usually she doesn't favor materialistic people. Although sometimes a materialist becomes very opulent in the eyes of another materialist. Such opulence is bestowed upon him by the goddess of Durga Devi. Acha, a material expansion of the goddess of fortune, not by Lakshmi Devi herself. Actually, this is not Lakshmi. Another name of that goddess Durga is what? Alakshmi. You've heard of that? Alakshmi, she's the wife of Kali, personified. He has a wife, her name is Alakshmi. And she comes as money, a lot of money maybe, but that's Alakshmi. Means that is actually Maya. Maya Lakshmi. Those who desire material wealth worship Durga Devi with the following mantra. Shall we chant it together? I'm sure you all know that. Dhanam dehi, rupam dehi, rupapati, but no, rupapati bhajam dehi. Usually it says different. Rupavati. It says Rupavati. Somehow it says Rupapati, it's misprint. Rupavati, not bhajam, but Rupavati, what's that? Wife. Wife means Dhari. Bharyam, yeah, Rupavati Bharyam, they usually says. Somehow it's misprinted here. But anyways, whatever. House, give me car, Jai Jagadisha Hare. Yeah? Give me life. So this is what usually people ask. Prabhupada says they approach Durga Devi. Oh, worshipable Mother Durga Devi, please give me wealth, strength, fame, a good wife, and so on. By pleasing Goddess Durga, one can obtain such benefits, but since they are temporary, they result only in Maya Sukha, illusory happiness. Maya Sukha. Maya Sukha, how was it? Maya Sukha, Vimudha. Vimudhas are looking for this Maya Sukha. So please, devotees, please, dear friends, try to understand this is about us. We may be approaching Durga Devi or maybe Vinayaka, at least. Like just recently, there was a festival of Vinayaka. What was that? Chaturdash, Ganesh Chaturthi or long fest. Yeah, like even devotees. Yes, we worship Krishna, but Vinayaka also is not bad. I have him on the altar also. Hare Krishna. So please understand, this is about us being materialistic because we are of two natures. Every person in this world, especially those who started practicing Krishna consciousness, we have these two dogs in our heart. You know the story, yeah? Everybody knows the story about two dogs in our heart, the black one and the white one. The black dog is always barking that I want Dhanam Dehi, this Dehi, that Dehi. Give me, give me, give me. I want happiness. And the white dog, Shukla one, is saying what? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Says that, I want to serve, I want to serve. And those dogs are fighting in our heart. Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj, His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Swami, he would say that story that in our heart and every one of us, there are two dogs fighting. And which one will win? Which one? Huh? The one you feed. Yeah, the one you feed. So this is what being a devotee means. Being a devotee doesn't mean to be saintly. Please hear that. Being a devotee doesn't mean to be saintly. There are saintly devotees. But being a devotee means to fight every day. And not even to fight. How can we fight? We're not fighters. We cannot fight. We cannot even play cricket. What to speak about fighting? We can only feed the proper dog. This is what we're doing when we come to Bhagavatam class. We're just trying to feed the right dog. Which one? White one. Krishna. Krishna consciousness. Yes, and so further Prabhupada says that this is illusory, otherwise we will get illusory happiness. As stated by Prahlada Maharaj, Maya sukhaya bharam udhavato vimudhan. Maya sukhaya bharam. Bharam means what? Burden. Like you put it on your shoulders. Oh yes, I will be happy. New iPhone 14. I have to get it. I have to fight for it. Luckily, now the iPhone 14 is produced in India. I congratulate you. So now it will be easier to get it. Hare Krishna. Those who work very hard for material benefits are vimudas, foolish rascals, Krishna, because such happiness will not endure. On the other hand, devotees like Prahlada and Dhruva Maharaj achieved extraordinary material opulences, but such opulences were not Maya Sukha. When a devotee acquires unparalleled opulences, they are the direct gifts of the goddess of fortune, who resides in the heart of Narayana. See, devotees actually get real fortune, real prosperity. Who are the examples of real fortune of devotees? Who are the actually rich devotees, you know? Who got goddess Lakshmi's benedictions actually? Sudama get, yeah, Sudama, who else? Prachetas, what was the fortune? Good wife? Yeah, they got darshan of the Supreme Lord actually. What, who else? Huh? Arjun got, yeah, Maharaja Parikshit also. Yeah, Maharaja Parikshit, he was very opulent. And who else? Closer to us, more close to us, very close to us. Srila Prabhupada, yes, exactly. Srila Prabhupada, when he was 70 years old, he had nothing. He had nothing. Usually when people are 70 years old, they just sit and watch TV. This is all they can do. Even like, this is actually the tragedy of the modern life. Even when you go to the houses of respected brahmanas here, even when you see the old people, they're just sitting and watching TV. Unfortunately, they're not doing anything for their spiritual benefit. This is so sad. Panchashordam vanam vrajet. The Shastra says, the Shastra is very cruel actually. When you become 50, you just learned how to deal with your wife. You just learned how to understand her. Your children are just got, on their own. They just started living their life. They're not dependent on you anymore. You're like, your authority is more or less like your professional status is now good. So now let's enjoy. But Shastra says, Vanam Vrajet. Leave it all behind. Of course, it doesn't mean take sannyas, but it means stop dealing with that. Stop watching TV. Stop playing chess or whatever. Just now start thinking about your actual benefit, the actual purpose of your life. Take vanaprastha. Vanaprastha doesn't mean sannyas. Vanaprastha means that you stop dealing with the material things. You get retired. Retired from what? Not for watching TV, but retired from, for actually reading Shastra, coming here to the temple. Therefore, Prabhupada said that Vanam Vrajet, Vanaprastha means what? Which Vana? Vrindavana. Go to Vrindavan. And Prabhupada would say that, like yesterday I was listening to Prabhupada's lecture, he was saying that actually our temples are not in the material world. He says these temples are and he gives 2 examples. Who knows the examples? How to illustrate the status of the temples of Prabhupada? First, everybody knows this embassy. Embassy. Huh? Host? OSS. What is it, OSS? Oh, okay, maybe, yeah. But Prabhupada gives the famous example. He says this is like an embassy. He says that he says I'm an Indian, so if I come to the Indian embassy, even if I commit crime, the American country cannot take charge of me because I'm in the embassy. I'm in another country. So different rules are working there. And then he gives another example. Who knows the example? Another one. He says like the ships. When the ships come to the bay, to the port, then the local police cannot go in there because it's the property of different country or another country. So Prabhupada says in the same way, these temples are not from the material world. We think that, oh, you cannot even find it in the material. It's not there on the maps even. Even rickshaw-walas do not know. Like I'm saying, South Bangalore Iskcon. Yes, yes. And he got me somewhere, nowhere. So nobody knows this place. This is a secret, guha. Guhyam, Guhya Tara, Guhya Tama, even the most secret place. So this is what Vrindavan is. This is what we should do. Panchashordam Mandiram, Vrajet. Come here and try to do spiritual practice. So this is what we're supposed. And then, so Prabhupada, when he was 70 years old, of course he could just retire and just sit in Vrindavan. It's not even wasting time. He was doing spiritual practice. He was doing his bhajana. But he said, no, and the actual bhajana is to preach Krishna consciousness. And Krishna gave him what? Everything. Money, people, temples, cars, jets, everything. And Srila Prabhupada says, it's not my, Krishna gives me everything and he uses everything. He was using everything for Krishna's service. This is actually called real fortune. And then Prabhupada says, the material opulences of a person the material opulences a person obtains by offering prayers to the goddess Durga are temporary. Yes, it's there, but it's like like a sand, just like, it's not there. It was there just now. My youth was there, my strength was there, my health was there, my relatives were there, and the other moments it's not there. Dukhalaya Mashashvatam. Some people say, oh, this word is a Dukhalaya, means like suffering, place of suffering. Oh, I will tolerate, no problem. You can tolerate, but it's a Shashvatam also. You can tolerate for 2 years, 5 years, but then everything changes immediately. As is described in Bhagavad Gita 7:23, Antavat tubhalam tesham tad bhavati alpamedasam. Men of meager intelligence desire temporary happiness. We have actually seen, Prabhupada shares his personal experience. We have actually seen that one of the disciples of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Prabhupada speaks about a devotee. Oh, so we shouldn't think that's about them. That's, karmis, Indra, Chandra, my neighbor, the same category. That's not about me. But Prabhupada says about devotees. A disciple of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur wanted to enjoy the property of his spiritual master. And the spiritual master, being merciful towards him, gave him the temporary property, but not the power to preach the cult of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu all over the world. Yes, we can even become great religious leaders, sannyasis, gurus, acharyas, whatever. No problem. For Krishna, it's not a problem. In Iskcon, even a bhakta can become an acharya. Yeah, because even bhaktas know so much about Krishna, about Vedas and everything. But this is not the real happiness, not the real opulence. And Prabhupada says, what is the real opulence? It's the ability to preach all over the world. And Srila Prabhupada got this opulence. Yeah, the devotees asked me also to say something about preaching. Actually, dear devotees, don't try to find any difference. The preaching all over the world is the same. It's the same message, that Shuddha Bhakti, Krishna consciousness, and it's the same means. And the means is what? Nama Sankirtana. Just chanting the holy name, distributing Prabhupada's books, and serving prasadam. This is the preaching which is going on all over the world. Yes, I'm from Russia. I was born in Russia. I live mainly, live there till some time, for many years, almost 40 years. And there is so much preaching going on. Like there are festivals where people gather, like 10,000 people. In Moscow only for Janmashtami, we have usually 10,000 people. 10,000 people are coming, which is a lot, believe me. It's a lot for non-Indian people. And not only Indians are coming. Indians are coming from many places, many states, but Russians are also coming so much. In Ukraine, so many people are coming. There are festivals, 15,000 people coming for the festival in Ukraine. So the preaching is going on or in Lithuania, the place where I'm staying. Like in Moscow only we have brahmachari ashrams. Like totally we have like 100 brahmacharis. 100 brahmacharis who are preaching and practicing very nicely, studying. So many devotees are joining, and everything is only because there is Srila Prabhupada's books and Srila Prabhupada's program for preaching. There is nothing else. This is his program because he's the ambassador of Lord Chaitanya, he's the representative of Lord Chaitanya, and he gives it everywhere, in every country, in America, in Europe, in anywhere, in Australia. Like in a, but the difference, the only difference, I will tell you. We want to know the difference between different countries. What do you think is the difference in different countries? What differs Iskcon in different countries, in different places, in different cities? What is that? So the message is the same. The means is the same. Everything is the same. But what's the difference? Bangalore is the best? What did you say? Huh? Varieties of material varieties, languages, but in Krishna consciousness the difference is only in one thing: how seriously we take Krishna consciousness. In some places devotees are very close, devotees are very family-like, devotees trust each other, devotees, in many places it's like that, devotees cooperate, devotees understand that we have the same mission. It's not that it's about our temple is the best. Like in many places we have several temples. Like in Moscow we have like 3 or 4. Here you have how many? Like 4 or 5, 3, and many preaching centers. Yeah. In Lithuania we have Lithuania is a small country. It's only 2 million people. It's like 1 metro station in Bangalore. So the whole country is like that. But we have 3, 4 temples, and very old temples. Like in Kaunas. Kaunas is one of the cities of Lithuania. We have the first Iskcon temple in Ussr, in former Ussr, because Lithuania was part of the Ussr. It was established in 1987, and still devotees every day they work, and every day not every day, 3 times a week they go for Harinam. 3 times a week for 30 years. 3 times in Vilnius also. That's the capital of Lithuania. 3 times a week they go for Harinam for 30 years, and everybody knows Iskcon. Everybody, the temple is in the downtown, and so many people come there all the time. Everybody knows about Krishna consciousness, and people, because they see Harinam 3 times a week in the downtown. So it's so beautiful. But the only thing is different is how we what's our attitude towards it, whether we cooperate or not. Whether we think, well, this is my temple, this is my, spiritual life. No, this is ours. This is not actually ours. This is Prabhupada's. So when we understand this is Prabhupada's mission, this is Prabhupada's temples. Like I went to Tirupati, I visited Iskcon temple. It's so beautiful. Everybody knows, everybody went there. So beautiful. I was there for the inauguration, or for the opening of the temple in 2008 also in Tirupati. It was so beautiful, and now it's even more beautiful. And Prabhupada is everywhere. I went, this time I went together with Suresh Acharya, my teacher, Sanskrit teacher. Many of you probably know Suresh. She's a very famous person. He's a very learned, distinguished. But when he came to the Tirupati Iskcon Mandir, he was really impressed. He told me, see, Prabhupada made a miracle. He said, he appreciates Prabhupada so much. He was telling me, see, Prabhupada, your Prabhupada, he says, when he was 70 years old, this is what he did. This is a miracle. So our duty is to be grateful to Srila Prabhupada and not to try to change anything, because it's no use trying to change something. It's already there. Everything is there. The only thing we should change is our consciousness. That first of all, I don't want any material prosperity. Of course, I need something. I need some money. I need this and that. But actually, what I want, my heart wants Prabhupada's mercy. And his mercy means we want to preach, to assist him. And I will just read the purport till the end, and I will finish because it's already late. But still, there are some important points here. We have actually seen, he says that, you can get material benefits even from spiritual practice, but this is not what we desire. We want spiritual benedictions. That special mercy of the power to preach is given to a devotee who doesn't want anything material from his spiritual master, but wants only to serve him. The story of the demon Ravana illustrates this point. Although Ravana tried to abduct the goddess of fortune Sita Devi from the custody of Lord Ramachandra, he couldn't possibly do that. The Sita Devi he forcibly took with him was not the original Sita Devi, but an expansion of Maya Sita, expansion of Durga Devi. As a result, instead of winning the favor of the real goddess of fortune, Ravana and his whole family were vanquished by the power of whom? Ramachandra. No, Durga Devi. Durga Devi, actually. Srishti Sthiti Pralaya Sadhana Shakti Reka. Actually, Krishna doesn't have to, Ramachandra doesn't have to kill that, doesn't have to destroy this civilization. Durga Devi will do it. Durga Devi, Srishti Sthiti, but Krishna is coming to favor his devotees. So this is our great fortune that we're here. Let us try to appreciate what Prabhupada gave us. Let us try to appreciate other devotees who are also serving Prabhupada and try to cooperate with them. Try to cooperate with the seniors, with those who are who give us this wonderful mercy, this fortune, and to cooperate with the other devotees also. This is our secret. This is what I wanted to say. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Maybe we have something to add or some comments or questions. I will be happy to.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for the wonderful comments and nice reminders that you provided. The question I had was, so while we are talking about Lithuania, the preaching in Lithuania, you asked about a difference between all the Iskcon centers, and you mentioned a statement that the difference is how seriously they will take Krishna consciousness. So is that, when we say that, is the dealing different, Prabhuji, like what you have seen here or maybe in other centers which are there, or you're going to many centers around? So what is that? How devotees have dealt with that situation, Prabhuji?
How devotees do what?
Dealt with this in this different situations in different centers. How you see that, Prabhuji?
So basically the question is how we can fix situation. Yeah? Actually, everything begins from our personal level. As far as I can understand that, if we take seriously Krishna consciousness, if I take it seriously, if you take it seriously, if we together, 2 of us, then 3 of us, then 4 of us, and we take Krishna consciousness seriously, at least little serious, and we put aside at least when we're here, we put aside our ambitions, at least when we come to the temple. Okay, Okay, I will cooperate. So let's do. So what's our? I'm serious. Being serious means what? That I do my spiritual practice every day, whatever little it be, but I do it every day. And I don't blame others in anything. I always understand this is my responsibility. Everything that is happening with me, this is my responsibility. Nobody else. This is not my guru's responsibility. This is not my wife's, not my husband, not my neighbors, not the Modi's PM's responsibility. This is not America's responsibility, CIA, whatever. This is my responsibility. Whatever happens, this is my responsibility. And then, in this responsible way, I start practicing Krishna consciousness. And then in the same responsible way, I start to communicate with the other people. So when I communicate, I see that, okay, this person is wrong, but this is his responsibility. I'm not here to blame him. This is his life, and I'm responsible for my life. So, and if two people of the same consciousness come together, then they can make miracles. Just two people of this mentality. This is what I see. And of course, we may say this is all coming by the mercy. Yeah, but the mercy is already there. Prabhupada is there, our spiritual masters are there, GBC is there, Iskcon is there, like property is there, everything is there. But the only thing is in us, whether I'm ready to take responsibility for my life or I'm going to still blame others all the time. Because all this blaming mentality, it comes, basically it's called what? Aparadha. Aparadha means blaming, that's it. Aparadha is not that I, touch you with my feet. it's a mistake, but aparadha means that I don't care. Yeah, I just want others to, to settle my things, to solve my problems. I want others to change. I want others to be Krishna conscious. Meaning that I don't want to be Krishna conscious myself. I want others to become Krishna conscious. Yeah. So irresponsibility. When we are irresponsible, nothing works. Therefore, but Vishwanath Chakravarti in that commentary, he says that when Guru's order becomes my life and soul, because it's not becoming actually my life and soul, I make it my life and soul. I make it my life and soul. See? Yeah? You understand the difference? Yeah? It's not that the mercy comes upon me, but it's already there. I have to become Kripa Patra. Krupa Patra, yes, you say. Means what? Patra. Patra means vessel. A pot, yeah, a vessel. So I have to, this is my responsibility. So when people understand that everything works nicely, this is actually why I like Lithuania. Although it's a small country and I'm not originally from there. Actually, I'm not like living there. I don't live there. I travel most, but it's my base because devotees offered me. They said you can stay here, and they gave me like the residence permit, so I can stay in that country. But I travel either in India or Vrindavan mainly, or in Europe and other places. But I like that place. I love that place because devotees are very good there. Devotees are very friendly there. They have so many temples, and they always, like, they have Ratha Yatra 2-3 times a year, and all of them come from all the country. And they don't fight. I like this country, Lithuania, because devotees don't fight there. There are many countries like that. But this is my fortune that Krishna put me there. This is my experience. Hare Krishna. Anybody else wants to add something, or comment, or maybe ask something? You must be tired already, hungry. I understand, yeah. I think there is one hand. But please be merciful to me. Let me hear your voices, because I came here from afar. I want to hear you. Be kind to me. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, generally, I've seen in myself that because this material world puts us in so much work mode and frustration mode that there is no energy left. We have complicated our lives so much that there's no energy left to even think of my own deliverance, forget about preaching and all. And even when I see that I want to preach. Like today in the class, you saw good even in the person in the Tirupati, where he was actually asking for. I was just contemplating. If I would have seen that comment, I would have said, "This is the materialistic." Although I am materialist, we still label everyone else as materialist, and that compassion itself is lacking. So, what are some practical baby steps that we can take to develop on these fronts? So that two things mainly. One is seeing good in everyone. Although I am filled with faults, still I have a tendency to see fault with others. That. And second is that this how to come out of this complicated web that we have created for ourselves and feel that belongingness. Okay, this is Prabhupada's temple. I should do something.
Thank you very much. Everybody heard the question? No? Who didn't hear? So two very important questions. Where to get strength to practice Krishna consciousness in this world, especially when you live in a big city, you have to travel metro, you have to do this and that, so many job and this and that, yes, so many things, and you become exhausted. At the end of the day, you're completely exhausted, you're like a lemon, squeezed lemon. How can we practice Krishna consciousness? And the other thing is, we always hear that you have to preach, you should preach, you must preach, you preach. Well, I can't find even strength to practice myself. Then if I preach like that, then it becomes hollow. It's like just saying just lip service. Yeah, I can feel it's not honest to do it. So what can we do? Of course, it's hard for me to explain it in all the details because I'm in a different position. I'm a brahmachari. You should understand that. Yeah, I'm not working like that. Yeah, I have my own responsibilities. But I know the principle. I know that the main principle, the first principle, is priorities. To prioritize means that you do your spiritual practice in the morning only. In the morning only. This is the first practical tip. When you wake up, you immediately turn on Prabhupada's lecture. When you brush your teeth, when you take shower, it's not an aparadha. You just hear to Prabhupada's lecture. You just hear to his voice only. His voice. His voice contains everything. All the spiritual reality is in Prabhupada's voice. It's not in the logic. It's not in the stories. It's in his voice only. See? So you should hear Shravanam first. Then you take your beads immediately after you take shower and chant. Just chant whatever, how many rounds you can do. Just chant it in the morning. Wake up early, take shower, listen to Prabhupada and chant. And Prabhupada will arrange everything in your life. You will get more time, and then ultimately you'll get time for your 16 rounds. You'll do it. So you heard Prabhupada's lecture, you chanted your 16 rounds, and then you're charged. That's it. You have strength. This is how it works usually. I know Grihastha devotees who chant 64 rounds in the morning only. Together, wife and husband, they just sit and they chant 64 rounds. It takes them 6 hours. 5 hours sometimes. Yeah, when you chant, when you practice so much chanting, it takes you 5 hours. 5 hours in the morning they chant. They don't even speak before they finish their rounds. Then they take breakfast and that's it. They have so many things. So this is it. Prioritize. Yeah, it's not easy. I know it's not. I mean, I guess it's not. I can guess it's not easy. When you live in the ashram or nearby the temple, it may be easier. But when you come back at 11 o'clock, and of course it's difficult. Srila Prabhupada would say that when he was a Grihastha, you know what he said about how he chanted his 16 rounds? Yeah, you all know that. Yeah? 4 rounds in the morning, 4 rounds before breakfast, 4 rounds before lunch, 4 rounds before supper. 16 rounds. So prioritize. That's the only thing I can say. Maybe somebody else can share how to do it. What's your experience? Then I will answer the second question. Anybody else wants to share your experience, how you solve this problem? Please. You're all experienced devotees, I guess. Yes, Prabhu. Can you give the mic over there?
First of all, I'm very, very pleased and honored to hear this when Prabhuji asked you a question and you really, being from a different ashrama, you complimented all the grihasthas that directly you didn't answer. So I'm really very, very happy to hear this. And thank you so much. Because we grihasthas, everybody wants to be good. Everybody wants to be a wonderful, sincere devotee. But being in grihastha life, the game is different.
Yeah.
And when you said that, I could relate that you are actually, complimenting us that we took that decision of grihastha, because I had a very hairline difference. I could have taken a brahmacharya life. I decided the other side. And then I relate with Prabhuji's question that it is really, really very difficult. But since you asked, being from a different ashrama, I heard one lecture from one devotee, and he said that the foundation of Krishna consciousness are two things. For a grihastha, he said, prioritize for Krishna. You know that you have 4 priorities. You have to have Krishna in your life. You have to have take care of your family. Then you have to support the temple. In the end, you have to support your own self, your own existence, what you want to do in your life. So I took that message from there. And because the way I work at times, just 6-7 years back, I never used to get a chance to wake up very early in the morning. I used to do that, but job changed and it went away. But the first thing I brought it back was rising very early in the morning. And because I heard that lecture saying that give priority to Krishna, everything will be sorted out. And yesterday, I heard the same devotee's lecture, and he said one more thing, is feel gratitude.
Yeah.
Never forget that there was a time when you never knew what was Iskcon. In my time, if I rewind 25 years back, Prabhuji, I didn't know the spelling of Iskcon. I used to think it was Iskcon. When I joined, then I came to know, oh, this is the spelling, this is the meaning of Krishna. I didn't know even
That's
that
Iskcon without Krishna.
Yes, I used to think
most of us
Iskcon.
think so.
Yeah, and K was missing. I knew about every demigod possible. I never knew about Krishna. Almost till the age of around 18, 19. 20, I was introduced. So I felt gratitude. We should remember that we were very versed before coming in this climate. And I'm really very honored. You were wonderful. And thank you so much for understanding that, we grihasthas undergo a lot of stress. And we grihasthas somehow, with that little money, what we earn, with so much of scarcity of things going, everything is plenty, still devotees are donating to the temple and the deities are being survived. See how Krishna can get everything, but somebody has to willingly give to the temple.
Yeah.
Krishna I've never seen, even my 24, 25 years of Iskcon life, nobody has demanded money from me, Prabhuji. That is why I really respect. Being a second initiated devotee is nothing, it's just paper. But I have never seen any devotee coming and forcing me, give money to Iskcon. That's what I feel is I'm gratitude to this entire movement of Iskcon. Nobody forced anything. It is voluntary. So I would compliment all the grihasthas, and his question is really wonderful. He's just speaking our heart. So thank you so much, Prabhuji. I just wanted to share
thank you
this.
so much. And but the other thing is that very important. It's not only for grihasthas. It's not only for everyone. Beside prioritizing is taking the shelter of senior devotees. That's maybe number 2. I mean, because we may try, but we make so many mistakes. So especially the grihasthas. I mean, in this case, particularly grihasthas, you should approach senior grihasthas and ask them to share their experience. Like this, you see, here we come. This is why we come here for the Sunday program. Maybe you don't have time other days, but at least Sunday you can come. And when we share with each other, this is called Krishna consciousness. So this is the question, and all of you have this question. So this is one of the answers, another answer, so we share it. And another important point is about preaching. Yes, we hear so many times we should preach, preach, preach. I heard once from my Param Gurudev, Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj. He said, yes, we always speak about preaching, but who can preach actually? He said, preaching means touching another person's heart. When you touch with your heart you touch the heart of another person. It's not easy, huh? Because my heart is dirty. How can I preach? I cannot preach. This is number one. I cannot preach. No, number two. Number one is we must preach. It says here. Number two is what? I cannot preach. I'm not capable of it. I'm dirty. I cannot do it. So Srila Radhanath Maharaj said, what's the solution? You cannot preach, but you can assist someone who is preaching. You can just assist. So this is our preaching actually. And like Prabhuji mentioned that one devotee should support temple. Support temple doesn't mean that I put money into hundi, I don't care what it happens with it. Okay, I will give like kela for deities. It's not the supporting. Supporting means I'm supporting the temple. What is temple? Temple means basically two things. Purity, which is by serving the deities. The deities are there because they are the center of our life. So they make us, work, like think about what I'm doing, how I'm behaving. They are the center, and they make our life pure. This is the idea. And the second thing the temple is doing, only two things are done in the temple. Actually. Temple is easy. It's serving the deities, archanam, and what else? Preaching. Preaching of two types, outreach and preaching to devotees. Like Bhagavatam class is also preaching. Bhagavad Gita class also preaching. And outreach is also preaching. So these are actually the three activities the temple is doing. Archana, outreach, and education, or preaching to devotees. Preaching to devotees means education. So this is what it means to support the temple. So, and I should clearly understand that I am giving the money, I'm giving my time, I'm giving my energy, I'm giving my resources for those reasons, for deity service, for preaching, for education. Of course, maintenance, this is included. And devotees who are living brahmacharya ashram, this is included because this is what they're doing. So yeah, in this way we should support temple, definitely. And this is our preaching. But it will be preaching for me only if I understand the connection, okay? If I don't understand, if I'm just doing it as a ritual, okay, I have to give like 10 rupees, it's not preaching. But when I understand, okay, I'm giving to the temple because this temple is Prabhupada's temple, is in charge, this and that person are in charge. I know them, I know their mentality, and I know that they are under the direction of the seniors. This is the most important. It's not just, this is the temple of this and that person. I don't know if you have a temple president or what, or you have a board. It's not they are in charge. They are under the guidance of the seniors. There is GBC. GBC is Prabhupada's representative. Ultimate managerial authority is Prabhupada says. So if there is the line, I can understand this is all for preaching. I will give money. I will give my time. I will give my resources, my energy. And because I'm giving it not to the people, not to the temple, I'm giving it for preaching Krishna consciousness. This is how we can preach. Like there was a very famous Christian saint. I don't know how to say his name in English, but he has a very important saying. He says, you should preach always. And sometimes you have to say something. This is what preaching means. Sometimes you also have to say something. Okay, that's fine. There is another question. You can, maybe some Mataji's, ladies have questions. You can give mic there.
Hello. Guru Maharaj, I think every devotee is, I don't know, my case, I am alone at some point of the time of the day. So
Alone.
Alone, completely alone. And what to do then? How to practice Krishna consciousness then?
When you're alone.
I'm completely alone. I mean, and I cannot talk. I can pick up the mobile phone and talk to somebody, but it's not advisable. Talk something nonsense. So I am alone at some point of the day. Don't know whom to talk, how to practice Krishna consciousness then.
You can hear about Krishna. Yeah?
No, I'm okay, fine.
Huh?
That okay. I can read, but
You can hear lectures.
okay.
You can chant.
That's allowed. Is it advisable to do it in association with other devotees, or alone only we can read and but
Both is good.
Okay.
Usually, actually, it says there is a Vedic Subhashita, yeah, that says that if, or what is that? That you study you shouldn't do in pairs, yeah? Like, what is that exactly? That you go to pilgrimage alone and you study in pairs. Anyways, so you can read alone, you can read together with somebody, yeah? One paragraph you read, the other paragraph another person reads, then you discuss.
No, every day I have this problem. I don't have the chanting beads with me, and I feel very lonely to do alone.
Yeah, you hear. Try to hear, because when you hear Prabhupada's voice, then you're in his company. You're not alone anymore. Actually, we're never alone. So we can hear Prabhupada. Okay? You try. You try. Let me know after. You let me know then, okay?
Okay.
You try after 1 month, you tell me.
Okay. Okay, bro. No, we don't have that. I don't have that audio also with me then.
Why?
At office.
At the office.
Yeah, we are not allowed to read or hear anything else.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, then what to do?
Then it's not easy. You should talk to experienced devotees. They will explain to you how they do it. I cannot share with you my own experience because I don't work in the office.
Okay.
But you can speak to others. They will tell you. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, that's it. Anybody, nobody else? Fine. One more. Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, actually, just out of curiosity, I thought to ask this question, that you are from the former Soviet Union. So presently the war which is happening, so even devotees are also implicated in the sufferings and all. So just wanted to know your perspective on those whole thing.
War. Samsara dava nalalidha loka. This is my perspective. Tranaya karunya gana ganatvam. Actually, no, of course. See, on one hand, we should learn to look at everything philosophically, like this. Okay, this is material world. Padam padam yadvi padam natesham. Illusion. Actually, the war, philosophically speaking, the war is always going on. Like simultaneously in this world, in this planet, there are around 40 wars are going on. 40 armed conflicts. You know about that? We think that only because media speak about 1 or 2 wars, we think, oh, it's there. But actually, simultaneously, 30, 40 wars are going on. Small wars, maybe distant wars. You just don't know about them. So this material war, this is philosophical perspective. Yeah, it's always going on. And what to do? The only way out is what? Krishna consciousness, anyways. And we cannot stop wars. Prabhupada said that because people kill animals, especially cows, there will be wars. It's inevitable. So philosophically speaking, this is what but from the like personal or because we're people, yeah, we always feel, we have feelings. We cannot just, be dry philosophers. Of course, we should learn to, not learn, but we feel compassion, and we should feel compassion that people are dying. People are dying. It's not that, yes, they may deserve that, but that doesn't mean that it's okay. It doesn't mean that it's good. People are dying, that is bad. People are suffering, it's very bad. So we should somehow try to help them. Whatever we can do, we can speak, we can, some people, they go with Food for Life program to these areas. Like in Russia, there were nearby Russia, Soviet Union, there were so many conflicts in Chechnya, in Georgia, in so many places. And now also in Ukraine, many people from Russia also, they go there with the Food for Life program, they help the people, because what else we cannot stop politics from fighting. They will be fighting everywhere, even here. This India now has the, this shells towards the nukes towards China. They are so many war maybe anywhere. In Kashmir still it's going on. Yeah, still they are fighting like that. In Sri Lanka, it's not far away from here. It's on the verge of the war. So many wars are there. So if you can help, if you can change something, try to do that. Otherwise, what can you do? Hare Krishna. Okay, thank you very much. I'm very happy to be amongst you. It's a very, very great fortune that I'm staying nearby. I hope that soon the Google will change back the title here. Otherwise, I don't know how to do it. And please let us be very good followers of Prabhupada. Let us pray to Prabhupada that we don't need anything else. We don't need money. We don't need, of course, we need little money, but we don't need wealth. We don't need, glories. The only thing we need is just to be in the association of good people and doing good things together. So let's be family, Prabhupada's family. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Mai ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Bo. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Jai Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Mai ki jai. Let us all thank His Grace Vrajarenu Prabhu, and would request Prabhuji to please give a association frequently so we can hear the nectar. And with that, let us all express our gratitude and thank Prabhuji from bottom of heart by loudly chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Please make a note that since from October 9th, we have Kartik Mas starting, all the morning programs will shift to the evening. So from next Sunday onwards, the program will shift to evening. We will let you know all the details in terms of the timings. Please stay tuned on the WhatsApp groups. We have two sponsors today. His Grace Sundarup Sham Prabhu has sponsored on occasion of his father's Shraddh ceremony today, Amarnath Gupta Prabhu. And we also have Deepa Mataji, who has sponsored today's Prashadam. And let us all chant once Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. I'd request Ratimadi Mataji to announce about the updates on the Yatra, the upcoming Yatras.
Hare Krishna to everybody. So we have just a reminder about our Yatras. So this October 15 to 16, we have Udupi Yatra. So glorious about these Yatras would be that we will facilitate everything for you all. Just join the devotees and enjoy the pilgrim places. This is our ultimate goal for Yatras. So yakandre Yatradalli hogbekadre, even if you plan for your family, you have to see accommodation, prasadam, and every arrangement. But here, when you join devotees, ella nam kadeyinda martivi, just you have to come peacefully, enjoy the place, and take the blessings of the deities there. So that is the reason, that is the only goal we have here for you. So we are going to go on October 15 to 16. Very limited seats are available. So kindly let us know if anybody is interested for Udupi Yatra. And Ahobilam is in the same month. We have from 21 to 23. So Ahobilam Yatra will happen. So please give in your names so that we can arrange all the things for you all. Ahobilam Yatra ಬಂದು 21 ಇಂದ 23 ಈ ತಿಂಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಭಕ್ತರಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮೊಟ್ಟು ಬರ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಆಸೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ನಮಗೆ ತಿಳಿಸಿ, so that ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅರೇಂಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. And in the month of December, Of course, Christmas holidays for kids are all available. So hagagi ellargu holidays irodrinda, we have come up with Puri Mayapur Dham Ki Jai. So Puri Mayapur Yatra Marakidivi by the grace of Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Mai and his blessings. Jagannath Yatra Nadiyakide. So we have taken the dates on 24th to 30th of December. So date announcement agide. Regarding the cost, we will circulate in the groups. ನೀವು ನೋಡಿ ನೀವು ಬುಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟ್ರೈನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ವೆರಿ ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್. ಸೊ ಆದಷ್ಟು ಬೇಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ತೋರಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಫೆಸಿಲಿಟೇಟ್ ಯು ಮೋರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿಲಿ. ಸೊ ಮಾಯಪುರ್ ಯಾತ್ರಾ ಡಿಸೆಂಬರ್ 23rd to 30th. ಸೊ ಆದಷ್ಟು ಬೇಗ ಒಂದ್ ವಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಟೈಮ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಟ್ರೈನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೋರ್ಗೆ ಈಸಿ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ಇದ್ದೇ ಇದೆ ಫ್ಲೈಟ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ತಿಳಿಸಿ. ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ.
Hare Krishna. Not Hare Krishna. Oh, wow. Really amazing. Thank you. Okay, so what is going to start next month? Or sorry, next week? Karthik. Okay, so let's have a short quiz on Karthik. Are you ready for the quiz? Yes? If the voice or the sound decibels are lower, that means you are afraid of the quiz. Huh? Are you afraid? No. Krishna says, what does he say in the 18th chapter? He says, Ma suchaha. Don't be afraid. Okay? So, what is the first point to remember for Kartik month? Who can answer? Offer lamps? Excellent.
Offer lamp, ghee lamp to the Lord. Damodar.
Is it correct answer? Yes? Okay. Any other point from Prabhuji's? Please compete with Mataji's. They are going ahead of you.
Sing Damodar Ashtakam ke liye.
So who wrote Damodar Ashtakam? Who wrote Damodar Ashtakam? Some Acharya wrote, we don't know.
Satyavrata Muni.
She wants the second point. Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Inspire others to also offer ghee lamp by conducting house programs.
Yeah, she hit the bullseye. She hit the target. What does that mean? This is the USP of the program. So what do we do in month of Damodar? We offer lamps and we also offer, what else we offer? We invite others. We offer all other devotees to the Lord. Correct, Prabhu? Okay, so now Prabhu is going to ask one question now.
Hare Krishna. So, Prabhuji is asking me to ask a question. So I'm like little blank what to ask, but I can only say that it's a wonderful occasion. And so many years we have been coming together, and we should bring more and more new devotees. And when we bring more new devotees, we should remember the time what we spent ourselves when we were not knowing this environment. I remember, I'll give one small incident. We went to Krishnagiri, a place just next to us. So we went there, and there was a devotee who thought that, I'm a newcomer. And he said, you know what? And he started explaining me how to do the circling of lamps. So let us ask this question. So can anybody explain how to circle the lamp? Is it necessary that you have to circle with those numbers, or whatever we can circle? What do you say?
Yes. Actually, you have to follow the Acharya's instructions. So that's why you have to follow the circle system. Yes.
Thank you. So that means we have to tell them in advance when we invite them that there is a way to circle, start from the feet and then go to the navel or udar, wherever they're tying, and then going to the face, and then the entire A big Haribol. This Haribol is not reaching to Mayapur. A bigger Haribol. Still, this Haribol has not reached to our Prabhu's Electronic City Center. A bigger Haribol. Still, Mataji's side is not singing that kind of only Mataji's. Let's see how much Mataji's can say. A bigger Haribol. I think they are all going to come.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Very nice. So the month of Damodar means that we just don't celebrate ourselves. We also include all others, as many souls as possible.
Lots and lots of devotees that are coming, and your sponsorship will reach as Vaishnava Bhojan all these people, and that's the benefit that you get from. So what is the benefit that you carry from Damodar month? It is called the month of sale, right? So what is getting sold in Damodar month? Whether is mercy, mercy manifest, mercy multiply. What is that mercy multiply? Yeah,
Hare Krishna, thank you for joining us today. We'll just end the session now and we'll have a Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya from tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. Hare Krishna.